Michael Jordan wasn't just about winning, he was about fighting for every inch. He swung on Reggie Miller mid-game, dropped 54 on the Knicks after trash talk, and even punched his teammates in practice. He broke rookies like Kwame Brown and kept real grudges with legends like Isaiah Thomas. Every rivalry lit a fire inside him that never went out. These battles didn't just shape his career, they shaped the whole NBA. Stick with us, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more real stories from the legend's wildest moments. Michael Jordan didn't just throw 3 punches at Reggie Miller in '93, he threw them without getting tossed. In today's NBA, one swing gets you a suspension. Back then, if you were MJ, you got to finish the game and drop 45 points while your opponent Reggie hit the showers. The league wasn't about fairness, it was about protecting its golden goose. Jordan was the NBA's biggest moneymaker, and letting him swing free was practically league policy. Compare it to today, where Draymond Green got suspended just for a stomp. Jordan threw fists and walked off with the win. Players like Steven Jackson pointed it out best. "I throw 3 punches, I'm banned for life." That's just how tilted the court was back then. MJ wasn't just better than everybody, he was insulated. In the 80s and 90s, if you weren't tough, you were toast. And if you think that was wild, just wait until you hear about the absolute wars Jordan fought against the Knicks. The '93 Eastern Conference Finals turned into a street fight, and John Starks didn't back down from Michael Jordan, at least at first. In Game 2, Starks locked MJ up, holding him to 3 for 18 shooting. Trash talk flew, elbows flew, and for a moment Starks looked like he had Jordan rattled. Big mistake. MJ responded by unleashing one of his nastiest playoff performances ever, a savage 54 points in Game 4, the most anyone's ever dropped on the Knicks in the playoffs. From that moment, it was curtains for New York. Chicago steamrolled them in 6 games, leaving Starks to admit years later that Jordan was the hardest cover he ever faced. In the late 80s and early 90s NBA, if you woke up the wrong beast, you didn't just lose. You got humiliated nationally. Jordan made sure of it. And believe it or not, Jordan brought that same fist-flying intensity to his practices too. It wasn't just the Knicks or Reggie Miller catching MJ's fists. Even his teammates weren't safe. Will Perdue, a 7-foot center for the Bulls, found out the hard way. During a Bulls practice, Perdue kept setting illegal screens. Jordan warned him. Perdue shrugged it off. Next play, boom. Jordan rocked him in the face with a right hand. Horace Grant recalled it vividly. "We grabbed Will. You're not going to hurt MJ." Imagine that. A whole squad of NBA players rushing to protect the guy throwing punches. Perdue ended up with a massive black eye, but more importantly, a first-row seat to Jordan's no prisoners mentality. In MJ's world, everything was a competition. Practice, games, arguments, everything. If you couldn't handle getting punched in the face, you definitely couldn't handle Game 7. And if you think teammates had it rough, you should hear what happened when Jordan's patience wore thin with guys like Kwame Brown. Michael Jordan doesn't hate easily, but disappointment? That's a whole different story. When Jordan returned to the NBA with the Wizards, he staked his reputation on teenage phenom Kwame Brown. Big mistake. Kwame flamed out spectacularly, and Jordan's frustration boiled over brutally. MJ reportedly bullied Kwame, riding him mercilessly for his soft play and lack of toughness. Kwame insists Jordan never made him cry, but even he admitted, "He upset me a lot." Jordan demanded greatness from everyone, rookies included, and when they failed to deliver, his fury was relentless. Kwame wasn't just a bust, he became a living reminder that not even the greatest ever could bring success out of somebody who didn't fight inside. Jordan wasn't wired for patience, he was wired for war. And if you weren't ready to scrap mentally and physically, you got steamrolled. But while Kwame was a rookie struggling under pressure, one veteran dared to meet MJ punch for punch. Enter Reggie Miller. Most players folded when Michael Jordan barked in their faces. But Reggie Miller? He barked back. Their beef dates back to Miller's rookie year when he trash-talked Jordan, and he immediately learned the hard way. MJ roasted him for it then and never forgot. Their bad blood exploded in 1993 when Jordan and Reggie traded real punches mid-game. Shockingly, only Reggie got ejected. Jordan stayed and torched the Pacers. Fast forward to 1998, and Miller almost knocked Jordan's Bulls out in the Eastern Conference Finals. It took 7 brutal games, with MJ averaging 31.7 points and refusing to let the dynasty die. Reggie stood tall when most ran for cover. earning Jordan's grudge and the respect of anyone who knows the league's history. Miller didn't win the war, but he showed he wasn't afraid to swing in the first place. But Reggie wasn't the only one who had to survive Jordan's fury. The entire Detroit Pistons dynasty had front row seats. Before MJ conquered the NBA, he had to crawl through the mud against the Detroit Bad Boys, and he hated every second of it. For 3 straight years, the Pistons beat him up and knocked him out of the playoffs, using the Jordan rules to brutalize him physically. They didn't just want to beat Mike, they wanted to break him. Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, and Isaiah Thomas led a crew that clotheslined, hacked, and shoved Jordan every time he dared attack the rim. No flagrant fouls, no sympathy. It took Jordan 3 painful years of lifting weights and mentally toughening up to finally knock the Pistons off in 1991. When the Bulls won, the Pistons infamously walked off without shaking hands. Jordan never forgot that disrespect. Even today, the scars of those bad boy battles fuel MJ's legend. But if you want to see Jordan's ultimate personal beef, look no further than his war with Isaiah Thomas. No rivalry in Jordan's career burns hotter than his feud with Isaiah Thomas. It wasn't just about winning, it was personal, petty, and permanent. After years of Jordan losing to the Pistons, Isaiah's Pistons snubbed him with the ultimate insult, refusing to shake his hand after the 91 sweep. Jordan never forgave him. When the 1992 Dream Team formed, Thomas was mysteriously left off the roster, and it's widely believed Jordan had everything to do with it. Even decades later, their Cold War simmers. Jordan told the Last Dance cameras bluntly, "I hated him." Isaiah, for his part, remains salty about the snub. Their beef is a living, breathing piece of NBA mythology, a reminder that sometimes the biggest battles aren't won on the scoreboard, but in grudges that never, ever die. But even with all the bloodshed, trash talk, and fights, Jordan's greatness wasn't defined by hate. It was built on domination. Michael Jordan might have left the court decades ago, but the grudges he built still punch hard today. Whether it's Reggie Miller telling stories, Kwame Brown clapping back, or Isaiah Thomas keeping receipts, the wars Jordan started never really ended. These weren't just game-time scuffles. They were real battles that rewrote the DNA of the NBA. In a league now full of friendly handshakes and jersey swaps, Jordan's brand of raw, ruthless competition feels even more legendary. Every feud and every fight made Jordan who he is, and made sure everyone else remembered exactly who they messed with. This is the wrap of today's video. We saw how Michael Jordan's battles, punches, and grudges didn't just build his legend, they defined an era where toughness ruled the court. Now we want to hear from you. Which Jordan rivalry do you think brought out his darkest, fiercest side? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're ready for the real debates. And if you loved diving into the untold war stories of MJ's career, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you never miss the heat. See you in the next one.